I was meeting a friend, just for coffee. Simple, right? But I was running late, just 5 minutes, not a big deal. Yet, my mind started its familiar little dance, a frantic, swirling ballet of what-ifs. What if she thinks I don't care? What if she's annoyed and the whole coffee date is ruined? I started mentally rehearsing my apology. I pictured her face, tight with irritation. My heart did a little tap dance against my ribs. I checked my phone 3 times in 1 minute as if that would somehow bend time and get me there faster. It felt big. It felt urgent. This tiny, insignificant social hiccup felt like a potential disaster unfolding in slow motion. This, my friends, is worry. It's that internal monologue that kicks into high gear when things are uncertain. It's a very human response to a specific, identifiable problem. Running late for coffee is a real thing. It has a beginning and an end. Then I arrived. I saw my friend. She was smiling, scrolling on her phone, completely unbothered. "Oh, you're not late," she said, looking up. I was early. And just like that, the knot in my stomach untied itself. The frantic mental ballet came to a graceful halt. The worry vanished because the problem it was attached to was resolved. It didn't follow me home. It didn't crawl into bed with me that night. Let's talk more about this thing called worry. Think of it as your brain's very own, slightly over-caffeinated internal security guard. Its job is to pace the corridors of your mind, peering into the future and flagging potential threats. It's a survival mechanism honed over millennia. Our ancestors needed it. Is that rustle in the bushes a predator? Do we have enough food for the winter? This forward-thinking, problem-spotting part of our brain helped keep us safe. It's not the enemy. It's actually trying to help, in its own sometimes annoying and persistent way. It wants you to be prepared for the job interview, so it makes you rehearse your answers. Worry is almost always grounded in reality, even if it exaggerates the stakes. You worry about an upcoming exam because you want to pass. You worry about paying a bill because the deadline is approaching. The bill is a tangible thing. This connection to a specific trigger is key. The worry is a signal, a mental push to study for the exam or check your bank account. It's productive, in a way. Now, let's imagine that worry doesn't leave. Imagine it unpacks its bags, it paints the walls, it changes the locks. It's no longer a visitor, it's the new landlord of your mind. This is what an anxiety disorder can feel like. Anxiety is not just worry on steroids. It's worry that has become untethered from reality. It's free-floating. It's pervasive. It's a constant humming state of being that doesn't require a specific trigger to exist. It's the feeling of being on high alert, for everything and for nothing, all at once. The signs of an anxiety disorder are far more than just racing thoughts. It's a full-body experience. Your heart might race for no apparent reason. You might feel a constant, crushing tightness in your chest, making it hard to take a deep breath. You might feel dizzy, shaky, or nauseous. You might have trouble sleeping, either falling asleep because your mind won't shut off, or waking up in the middle of the night with a jolt of panic. It's your body's fight-or-flight system stuck in the on position, even when there is no clear and present danger. I remember a time when my anxiety was a constant storm. It wasn't about one specific thing. It was just there. A static hum beneath the surface of everything. I'd wake up in the morning, and before my feet even hit the floor, my heart would be pounding. A sense of impending doom would wash over me, thick and suffocating. The trigger? Simply being awake. This feeling would follow me everywhere. I'd be in the grocery store, and suddenly the bright lights and the sheer number of choices would feel like an assault. My breath would catch in my throat. I'd feel a desperate urge to flee, to abandon my cart full of food and just run. I started avoiding places that were too crowded or too loud. My world began to contract. Friends would invite me out, and I'd make excuses. The thought of having to hold a conversation, to perform normalcy while this internal hurricane was raging, was simply too exhausting to contemplate. The physical symptoms were relentless. I had a permanent knot of tension in my shoulders and a tightness in my chest that made me constantly feel like I couldn't get enough air. I was always tired, but I could never truly rest. Sleep was a battlefield of racing thoughts and sudden, terrifying jolts awake. A gentle guide. Let's try to untangle this together. It can be confusing, I know. but there are ways to gently probe what you're experiencing. Start by asking yourself this simple question: what, specifically, am I worried about? If you can easily name it, a bill, a meeting, a difficult conversation, it's more likely to be worry. It has a name and a face. If the feeling is a vague, free-floating sense of dread, a feeling of something bad is going to happen without a specific cause, that leans more toward anxiety. Next, consider the intensity and duration. Is your reaction proportionate to the problem? Feeling very nervous before public speaking is normal. Feeling the same level of terror about deciding what to wear to the grocery store is not. That's a sign of disproportionate emotion. Think about the physical experience. Is the feeling mostly in your head, a carousel of thoughts, or has it taken over your body? Normal worry can cause some physical tension, yes, but anxiety often brings a whole suite of intense physical symptoms. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, look at the impact on your life. Is this feeling preventing you from doing things you want or need to do? Worry might make you uncomfortable, but it rarely stops you from living your life. Anxiety, on the other hand, builds walls. It restricts your world. If your feeling of fear is making your life smaller, that is the clearest sign that you may be dealing with more than just everyday worry. If this is you, please know you're not alone. The first step is noticing. The next step is seeking support. There is so much hope, and help is available. Just be gentle with yourself. You've been carrying a heavy load.